When last we left, the party was traveling north from Baldur's Gate to Waterdeep. A caravan of 5 carts, 3 of them are suspect in your investigations in traveling and tracking the loot that has been coming from the various different small towns and villages all across the green fields and to the southwest and slightly northwest. These towns have been hit and ransacked by a group calling themselves the Cult of the Dragons. Picking up little tidbits here and there about the cults, you learn that the cult's been around for a long time. Umari has had has read about these and found in the cave writing manuscript type language in Draconic on a statue in this cave describing a very brief history of this cult. Jotting it down or taking a rubbing of that, you guys have some semblance of what you're dealing with in this cult. And throughout all of this, these strange creatures that are unknown to Merrick, the ranger who has seen all sorts of natural things, are anything but natural. These creatures seem to blend some sort of aberration, monstrosity, kind of body plan with a natural body plan. And according to Alessander, have not been seen for at least 2 millennia. And were thought to be eradicated and have since come back. In various different forms, it would seem, from the tiniest little purple firefly-looking beetle to these large bees that are 3 feet tall with a stinger that would skewer a boar. To the largest that you've seen yet, a beetle the size of a medium house that flew overhead during your last battle, carrying on its back or in its body somehow other bodies of humanoid creatures. Where it was going, we don't know. But one of these bodies dropped out and fell and splattered against the ground. And after a brief conversation overlooking the body, realizing that it might be contagious, not touching it, Merrick identified or recognized the face of someone who used to live in Greenest. You're not sure if that beetle is carrying more from Greenest or if that was a fluke. Jamna, during your travels, plucked several things out of your oatmeal. One morning, it seems that 2 of these cultists have joined the caravan and guarding the suspected loot as you are tracking it towards wherever its final destination is. And that is not quite where we left. We left a little further along at the Beetle. That's right. So, any other summations that I need to bring into this that you guys need refreshers on before I move in to tonight?
We had fought those, what was it, ogres and something else. And I think that's why I'm messed up, right? Wasn't that last-ish
Yeah, it was a band of ogres and goblins that were essentially acting as highwaymen of sorts in
Okay, I'm just trying to remember
looking for whatever
why I'm so messed up.
very commonplace occurrence along these roads.
All right.
And with that, she is gone. Tatium and all the chromatics are just gone. No one knows where they went. Undath and Vasarelith have their suspicions, as do Xerxes and I. But in truth, no one knows. 23rd of Erastus, 6467.
Wow. There we go.
After the events of the ogre and the goblins and whatever that beetle was, the party continues along the road for a few more days. Here, we stopped to camp one night along the winding river. There's been a long rest between now and here, so for anybody that would like to mark a long rest on their sheet, it's been at least 2 days since that event.
Isn't there an easy button in this UI where you just
Yeah,
click?
it's up the top. There's three little buttons at the top right. They're black
Yep.
and gray, kind of.
Yeah, there's a little teepee looking button.
Yeah, the middle one is long rest.
Got it. We
No.
So
Just go ahead and make sure everybody's.
as the caravans situate themselves along this river known as the Winding River that leads out to the Sword Coast, the guards take their posts around the caravans. For reference, Talib and Cedric are the two cultist guards that you recognize. For reference,
Gotcha.
the others are part of the group
Gotcha.
or not related in any way that you can tell.
All right.
Asbara, for the first time, comes out and sits around the fire with you guys. Sorry, Taz, were you going to say something?
I can wait.
What was it? I was just coming out. Asbara and his assistant come out to sit with you and join to stare at the fire.
Yes. Staring into the fire and kind of flicking the long dead cigar. Now hear me out. This might seem a little out there, but I was thinking about that beetle and that body. What if this beetle picked up some bodies in Greenest and was actually using it as food or fuel? Move or to fly, and when that husk was dry, it just flung it off a boat, casting off a. not the great word I'm looking for. Not a naval man.
It's kind of like, you see those little bugs? They make their houses out of like little sticks they put on their back. Only much nastier version.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to make of that. I do have a feeling we will eventually find out.
Yeah, probably. Have I have we seen like little purple lights at all around? You know, the little bluish purple glow spots we've seen so many times.
Yeah, throughout your travels, occasionally as you're, you know, aware of these things, you scan and just see the little
Not
periodically.
real, but not like real thick before they hit the wall in that city or anything. Okay,
No, it
it's just gonna
seems
be a constant.
pretty, just a pretty consistent thing,
Hmm.
even as you go north.
Um,
As Bara pipes up in response, even from where I am from, these creatures are unknown to me. It was a very strange sight. When the body fell, I had heard a commotion and heard that these are contagious. Can you elaborate? In what way are they contagious?
well, little town that we were at recently got overrun. Big things, bees the size of raccoons, uh, all this purple blue crap. So imagine those in all kinds of forms, and when people got hit by them, they would get sick and just get this horrible fever. Taz, you know more about this. What was that? What would happen to them? I'm not good with that medical crap.
Yes, this is exactly what would happen. I detail it in explicit detail. They get a good grasp of severity.
Very interesting.
And insects don't generally work together if they're not the same kind. You don't see bees and ants, or bees and ants and butterflies ever working together that way. These were coming out together, not natural.
I agree. I have much to discuss when I get to Waterdeep. John, take note of this. And you see his assistant take out a small pad and just start jotting things down, writing down what you guys said, what his questions, just notes, taking notes on the conversation.
Now this guy is kind of odd looking to Merrick, isn't he? He's not seen anyone like this, if I remember.
Nope. Nope.
What's
Since some
his?
time has passed, anybody skilled in history or religion can make one of those checks.
Oh, what you got? No.
$16. Anyone else? No? Skilled in
Actually,
history or religion? Proficient?
Actually, I found one.
Okay.
You know everything.
Volusnar knows,
Yeah.
apparently. Um, and that's a very interesting thing. So,
So how do you do that?
yes, I will give you the opportunity to speak first. In response to this, you know that you couldn't quite place it before. That tattoo on his head, like that symbol, you're like, and then over the course of the days, it's just one of those things that bugs you until you let it go, and then you're like, Thay, Thay. There is a country of Thay, far, far to the east. Like as much as you guys are traveling from south to north, at least 3 to 4 times that distance to the east.
Hmm.
It, you know, it would be like traveling from the US to Europe. Country of Thay is famous for the uh, a theocracy, a theocracy of red wizards. The red wizards of Thay are notorious. Uh, Notoriously powerful wizards. What a red wizard is doing this far to the west? Anyone's guess. They're not necessarily hostile to the rest of the world, but you do know that the leader of the Thay is an undead, is a lich. So with that information,
Yeah, I'm feeling kind of smug. Look around and
um, Valisnar, in your mind, Merrick confirms everything. Hearing the word or seeing the symbol in your mind, you feel a very strange sensation from Valisnar. As if in his mind, the consciousness that he resides in, there is an edge to it, and beyond it is fog. And a section of the fog clears, and memories appear there. You remember Alessander saying something about blood memories of dragons, that memories of all of the dragons previously are connected in some mysterious way, and this is a revelation of that. Valisnar tells you all about the Thay. That at one point in time, all of the red wizards were living beings, and one uh, red wizard wanted more power and sought to usurp the current leader and did so. And then immediately became a lich the moment he held power. Now there is a division among the Thay, those that follow the lich and those that hate their leader for doing this because he can never die and a new leader can never rise.
Yeah.
And this has caused a huge political. Now, those that oppose the current leader won't do so for obvious reasons. This is a very, very powerful lich, and he
Yeah,
has
Lich
many,
with a
many
wizard of or
followers.
a wizard army or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. Even the lowest of low in Thay are at least some sort of acolyte, and among acolytes in the world, red wizards are you don't mess with even an acolyte in that way.
Okay.
So all of this is revealed to you. And in addition to that, um, the fact that Asbara is here, you are not sure if he is loyal to the current leader or if he is uh, a usurper. You do not know if the assistant even knows the intentions of Esbara because every individual Thay makes alliances and deals and secrecy, and they hold things close to the vest. And uh, your brother could be a completely different political alignment to you.
Okay. All right.
This social structure is extremely volatile and sensitive, and each person can have a completely different view. So,
All right.
um, very, very touchy.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Very. Yeah. A world that Merrick has no understanding and comprehension of. Um, Balsnar is probably going to be relating that to Baby and Lofoten
Mhm.
to make sure they know, um, and just give a summary to Merrick because, yeah, that's something he doesn't have enough experience in to really do anything with that. So,
You know that he is headed to Waterdeep, one of the political
yeah,
powerhouses of the Western Coast. What that means, you have no idea.
yeah, it's like okay, just another long list, another in a long list of weird shit that he's seen. So,
Yeah,
oh,
So just to confirm, Asbara is the Red Wizard,
correct.
and Lasfaro is a rogue, an assistant to Asbara.
Lasfaro is, so the assistant is Kiljon.
Ah, okay.
You didn't know his name until recently, over the course of however many days. Finally, his name was said by Asbara. Lasfaro is the one who is been very close to Elkin. Elkin and Lasfaro seem to have some sort of prior relationship. They constantly communicate to each other, even though Lasfaro hasn't said a word verbally. They communicate.
Who was the, just remind me, who was the female NPC who was kind of helping us, sort of? We made
J-
sort of friends with.
well, Jamna,
Uh,
Jamna.
yeah, the
Jamna
ones,
the gnome, who is sitting right next to Merrick currently.
okay. Okay.
Yeah. Who,
So, okay. Um, so Umari now, well, first of all, also, where are the dragons? I don't even know how Chris was able to click his dragon to make that skill check.
I just opened up the sheet. They're
yeah,
off
you can
somewhere in
open.
the out in the dark,
How did
hiding.
you open the sheet without seeing the character?
So in the top right corner of the screen, there's a little person next to a flag. That's your actors, and you go down to
Ah,
PCs,
got it.
and the tokens you own are in there.
It's part of them. Okay, all right. Have we had, what was our, we've talked to Asbera before, just that sort of out of character. Uh,
Yes,
what was our
Asbara.
conversation with him before?
It was very terse and tense. You met him along the road to the two guards that have been sticking to the caravans like glue
That's right.
from the cult. They were given orders back in Baldur's. a gate to pick him up along the way, and were very cagey about
Uh,
what they were picking up.
okay.
And you came up to Asvara and you did an insight check, and he seemed well enough, but there's something off about the situation.
Yeah.
Jamna at this point in the conversation pipes up. Listen, as far as I'm concerned, whatever that was, as long as it's not bothering us or our job or what we're doing here, it can keep going. I don't want no part of that.
Didn't realize Jamna was from New York.
He was
From the
last time
city.
too. Hmm.
Can I get rid of this?
As she says this, and everyone is kind of looking into the fire, Merrick, you feel her intentionally shove something into a pouch on your
Get rid of it.
side.
All right.
Ooh.
I'm gonna wait a moment, and then I'll get up like I'm gonna go relieve myself.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm gonna cut the
sorry.
oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I unpaused. Sorry. Go
Oh,
ahead, Umari.
yeah, he's gonna crack open he's gonna make is that a fire in front of us? He's making like a tea, a hot tea, and he'll bring out some cups and he'll look at Asbara and hand him a cup, say, would you like a cup of tea?
He kind of hesitates, looks at his assistant, and takes your cup and waits patiently. I would love one.
Okay, I'll pour him a cup of tea. I'll hand Taz a cup of tea as well. And myself. And then I'll take a sip first.
And you see he is intentionally waiting for you to take a sip first before he takes one.
It's it's a it's a tea from my homeland, which is not very close to here. I hope you enjoy it.
Whereabouts is your homeland?
Ask me that, DM. Uh, I don't remember.
If I remember right, it was like on the southern side of the green fields. You grew up a little bit in the
Uh,
sticks.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm from south of here, out in the country. Not a lot of people. How about you? Where are you from?
I do like the country. It is quiet and peaceful. A place for contemplation. And he takes a sip of tea. This is quite good.
Thank you. Um, are you didn't quite catch? Are you from around here or? And I'll take another sip.
Staring at his tea. No, I am from a very far away place, far to the east. I am a diplomat of sorts.
Ah, very interesting. So you're here to help your constituents, I imagine.
You could say that. Yes.
Mari will just go back to his tea. Well, it's nice having you on the caravan. Cheers. Oh,
Yes. You all right, Merrick?
So what?
You okay? I was going to ask you a question, but I wanted to wait a minute.
Oh, no, go ahead. Inhaled my coffee a little bit.
That's the worst.
Oh, yes. Whew.
You reach into your pouch and pull out a note, scribbled meeting tonight.
All right. Let's put it back and then rejoin.
Okay. Well, he finishes his tea. I was not expecting conversation. Many, for some reason, are uncomfortable talking with me. I appreciate your candor and time. I look forward to getting to know you all a little better. Giljon.
likewise.
And the two of them turn and head to the caravan and their own tent in the back of it there.
Nah. Yeah, what are. So, Elkin and Westfaro have been quiet, right? Now,
They've been quiet. They've just kind of been standing, watching,
and Elkin
listening.
dwarf. Correct?
Yes, Elkin is a dwarf. Lasfero is you merit, actually. You don't understand the tattoos,
Mm-hmm.
but you recognize them somehow. It's taken you a bit to look at them and see it. They've been kind of obfuscated somehow. Lasfero is an ASMR.
Oh. Interesting. But not the same kind as me. I assume her eyes are normal color?
As I said, tough to tell.
Oh, okay.
Tough to tell because the uh, recognition is not there.
Just kind of gets up, walks over, right up to her, and looks like goes, "Are you an Asimar too? I think you are."
Kind of looks and turns to you and just raises an eyebrow and reaches out and puts a hand on your shoulder. Slowly. And you hear in your mind, indeed I am. I recognized my own kin as well.
I've never met one.
I've met a few in my journeys. We are uncommon.
It's kind of cool, though.
Yes. End of cool.
Daddy goes back and sits down. It's like, I did not know. Wow, that's neat.
As you go to turn, he grabs your shoulder a little tighter.
Mm-hmm.
Says, and he looks into your eyes. Interesting. You are not the only one.
Yeah, I'll tell you about that someday. And then I just walk away like that's not that weird.
He lets it go, but he's looking at you differently now.
And yeah, he just goes back, sits down, just, yeah, I'm like, whatever.
Hours pass. Elkin makes his rounds among the guards, checks in, eventually goes to bed. Lascivious has been out for quite some time, in what looks like some sort of a vine cocoon that you've seen him do several times over the course of the trip. He just the
Oh,
grass and the plant life grows up around him and swirls up, and he just kind of tucks himself into bed.
Wow. Impressive.
there's like, yeah, I like that one.
Sparrow, you've seen sleep very rarely. He
Okay.
sleeps, you know he does, but it's like he's one of those people that every time you're awake, he's awake.
All right.
And
Well,
Jamna sits with you all quietly, patiently, until about midnight. And it's quiet enough. She gets up and starts making her way over to where the guards are and down across the bridge. She just tells the two, I'm taking a walk. My friends over there might be joining me. Say I'm little or something. They don't want me out past dark.
I'm like, up. I kind of make a loud point of it. There she goes. I told you she would. Come on, guys. Of course, I didn't tell about the meeting, but that's just kind of randomly what I do. And I stroll
Okay.
off.
I'll head over there. Say, oh, I wasn't expecting a midnight stroll. Let's do it.
Yeah. She's fun. I can keep up with her. Once we start getting a little more remote, Merrick goes full ranger mode and starts, just kind of circling around. I'm, off to her side.
She kind of comes over to this tree and plops down and puts her feet out, puts her back up against the tree. So, We should be all right to talk here, but just keep your ears out and keep your voices low.
What's up?
Well, as I said a few days ago, I've been kind of waiting for an opportune moment to talk to you guys and somewhat privacy, if you know what I mean. I have a funny feeling that I'd like to confirm with you. I think you three are not here accidentally. And I'll throw out a little nugget. Neither am I.
Hmm. What do you mean you're not? How are you not here accidentally? How do you know you're not here accidentally? What do you know that I don't know? What are you trying to say?
She
Oh
was the one
boy.
who's trying to see what was in that those
I
wagons, just
know.
like we are.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, if it wasn't an accident,
Yeah. See? Forest boy over there gets it. So we're not. We're looking at the same thing, it would seem. We're here for the same reason, it would seem. Yes? No?
Why don't you tell me a reason? We'll let you know if we have the same one.
He doesn't need to know why, and we don't need to know her why. we got we all want to see what's in there, right?
Here's how this is gonna go. You don't know me and I don't know you. We're gonna take baby steps in this. I'm gonna give you a little something, you're gonna give me a little something, and we go back and forth until we're uncomfortable. And then once we're both comfortable, we walk away as unlikely friends. Just enough information, but not too much. I'm gonna be upfront with you. I'm not gonna tell you everything because, quite frankly, it's not your business. Just like I'm sure that you're not gonna tell me everything because it's none of my business and I don't give a shit. So here's my baby step in good faith. I'm here tracking those wagons. Your turn.
Yeah. I was kind of warned by somebody that that red mage guy, very dangerous. Don't know if we can trust him, but then again, we don't know if we can.
I agree. I don't like the bald guy. He's got some weird fucking tattoos and he comes from a place that I don't like. So yeah, I don't trust him. But you know what? I don't trust a lot of peoples. So
Did they
why
stick
are
one of those
you
bones? Yeah, did
here?
they stick one of those bones in your porridge too, or is that just us?
Well,
And
let's
it's
back up.
okay. Okay.
Let's back up. Though I appreciate what you're doing, um, you did sidestep my question.
we're here for the same reason.
Wonderful. See? Progress. Now, here's another thing I'm going to tell you. I am not going to lie to you. I will, if I deem it necessary, leave out some bits of information that are only pertinent to me. It's kind of a need to know thing, you know? So here's the next step. Why are you tracking those wagons? Is that I'm not sure we're doing it for the same reason. We're both tracking the wagons, but why? That's the question. Now, you don't have to tell me everything, just enough.
I don't have to tell you anything, truth be told.
No, no, you don't. That's very true. But you see, where I'm going is I think we can help each other. But we kind of got to get there first, you know? Got to ask some questions and feel each other out a little bit, and then you make a proposition, you know? So,
I do an insight check on the sincerity.
absolutely.
Guidance. No needed.
Just for shits and giggles, go ahead and roll guidance.
Mm.
Oh, it should only be one. But it was four anyway.
Skills maxed.
Whoa.
31.
Wow. Holy shit. 27
Brenda's psychological
plus 8,
profile
30,
on her.
35. Yeah. You go full FBI psychoanalyst on their ass. So, oh man. First, she is being 100% sincere. She is not bullshitting you. You get the sense that she is the type that you can't bullshit a bullshitter. And she is giving you enough rope to hang yourself with. It's up to you guys what you do with questions that she asks, but there is nothing that she has said that is an outright lie. Moreover, she genuinely thinks that she can help you. She's not sure how yet. She thinks she can. Based on the conversation so far, there is a good chance that if what she says is true, she is an extremely good ally to have among this group. And with that insight check, natural 20 and a crit on the guidance, I will also say, Tez, no perception check needed, as she's been talking and she's very, uses her hands a lot, kind of. She's always worn long sleeves. And as she's talking, one of her sleeves slips down just enough for you to catch a tattoo on her wrist right here. About yay big, maybe an inch and a half of the flying snake. The symbol that you saw on the crate in the Raiders camp. Symbol of the Black Hand.
This is the one that's going down with the wings.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
I give a quick rundown of what we knew of this. It's been a while.
Black Hand is an organization that is
Thieves Guild.
it's a thieves guild, but it is the Thieves Guild of Thieves Guild. It is Faerun wide. It is an underground, so that symbol is the symbol of the Zentarum. And it is also the symbol of the Black Hand. The Zentarum is a very open organization, totally legit. Its values and core position is that of anything for power, which is kind of antithesis to the the Gauntlet or the Emerald Enclave or any of the other big factions. The Zentarum are ruthless. Black Hand is kind of the underground version. They work for the Zentarum, but you could never trace it legally. They are the illegal black market version that they do all of their nefarious deeds through.
Perfect.
So this was the crates that were in the cave, right? When we
Correct.
kicked ass back. Okay, got the eggs.
Yep. There were a couple of crates in there that had that symbol on it, and Merrick, you recognized it. Taz sees the tattoo on Jamna right now.
But he hasn't said. We don't know he's seen it. We don't know that
You
she has.
you guys have not seen that yet.
Yeah, we're not privy to this in any way yet. So
Hey, Jamno, let me ask you a question. What do you think's in that wagon?
Something that doesn't belong to them.
Yeah, I think we could agree on that.
Hmm.
a lot of people died so that they could get stuff that didn't belong to them.
Agreed. So, hear me out. I'm going to tell you a little bit more. You seem like you've been pretty forthright so far. You need to get a peek in there. Just to confirm.
I think I can help you out.
Yeah, now we're talking, see?
You looking to do this tonight?
Oh, no way.
Okay.
Not after everything that's been happening, no. People are too fucking on edge.
Uh, she
Wouldn't be
had
surprised if people were arguing for quite some time and at each other's throats a little bit more. We've been together for a while now, so when people get comfortable, they start to get a little more open, you know? This is only going to get harder as we keep going, but I don't think we can do it tonight.
Does she have dark vision?
You
Because we're in
can't
the
tell.
dark at this point. Well, no, I mean, because you know, that might change your reaction. Because I'm in full ranger mode. So with the umbral thing,
Mm.
I'm invisible to people using dark vision,
Um,
which I take more as just I can just easily whoosh.
you could, yeah. She does seem to see you, but hasn't made mention of anything weird
Okay.
about not
Okay.
seeing you.
Okay, so Jamno, I think I think I could speak for my partners here that I think we could probably help each other. Um,
What?
I don't know, you're not going to tell us everything. We're not going to tell you everything, of course, but do you have any, is it just play it by ear and let this thing roll out, or what do you have any kind of plan of opportunity? Or if you see something, is there a trigger in your mind that says, boom, we got to go to the take a peek?
You know, that's a really good question. I've had some success doing it couple of different ways. Plan it out, think it through, and then make your move. Then sometimes opportunity knocks, and you just take a shot. So I'm partial to saying, whichever comes first.
But if there was a distraction, that would be a good, handy thing.
Now you're talking my language. See, I knew we could help each other. See, that's kind of what I was leading to, was a proposition of I need to get in unseen, which means that I need people not looking at me.
Okay. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Time out. Time.
I'm looking at her, I'm going, I speak that language.
So I can help with that. I can help you get to places unseen. But I can also help myself get to places unseen. Right?
You tell.
So is is your plan where you have to be the one going to peak? Or is the plan that any of us can go peak and then we all report back to each other?
How about you go with her?
Or that? Or are you looking to be solo? I guess where I'm going is you being solo part of the is that part of the deal to help each other, or can it be anybody?
It'll work better solo. And I'm looking for something in particular. So here's the need to know thing. These these dipshit yahoos, the cultists, they took something that belongs to my boss. I need to make sure that they have it. Once I know that, I report back. So I need to be the one to put eyeballs on the thing that they took to make sure.
I understand.
If one of you wants to get in there and see for yourselves whatever it is that you want to see, then no skin off my nose as long as we don't get caught.
Is it in the same camper as our buddy?
Fortunately, I think so. He seems to be hovering around that one quite a bit. It raises suspicions. Kind of raises my eyebrows a little bit. So that'd be the first one that I check. Sure.
Here's a little information for you. That guy, you don't want to fuck with him. He comes from a place where there's a lot of powerful people. So we need to be careful.
No. As with that insight check, you get the sense that Jamna knew that. She's playing it and playing to your egos. So I appreciate that. I have one last question before we adjourn for the night. Start by saying that I'd like to get this done relatively soon, within the next week or so. Because as I said, as we keep going, this is going to get harder and harder as people are coming at each other's throats. But my last question is to the three of you, when are your friends going to join? And she smiles.
When the moment is right and not a second before.
Yeah.
Like I said, you need a distraction.
What a distraction.
Well, far be it for me to tell you or your friends what to do. If my hunch is right, you're not the first I've seen. And I don't recommend introducing to this group those particular friends. Not at least while tattooed Baldy over there is around.
That's right. I'm good at making noise all by myself.
Well, you fellas have a wonderful night. I'm gonna go get some sleep because we got some loot to loot.
Umara's gonna walk up to her and step in front of her as before she can walk away. I'm gonna put my hand on her shoulder and put my other hand out to shake her hand and said, "We're team." Shake her hand.
Sure.
Ha!
And she'll shake your hand. Taz, she's bullshit lying.
She was a gnome, right?
She is a gnome. You
Okay,
do
all right.
you kind of look down, you put your hand, you're looking down at her, Umari, you tower over her, but there's something about her, there's a confidence in her that
Right, nothing
belies her
small about
size.
her.
Yeah.
It's 3 feet of fury and. So yeah, wherever we're sleeping, I go and crash out.
And on that note, let's take a 10-minute break and come back.
Ah.
The party continues on across the winding river, along the trail to the north. Around the Trollbark Forest.
Where are we on this map?
Oh, hang on. That's not right. Just take this and bring it over. There we go. Ta-da. Another week goes by. Another week and a half. And throughout this time, in the first 2, 3 days, almost as if Jamna predicted it, people are getting antsy, they're getting squirmy, they're getting irritable, they're getting tired of the road. About 4 days in, 4 or 5 days, one of the guards one morning um, wakes up and is just irate, ripping through the camp and shouting and yelling. And you realize that this is Nicholas. Nicholas points to Taleb. Nicholas is one of the guards that is not part of the cult. Taleb is. Nicholas points to Taleb and says, "You stole it. I know it was you. You've been looking at it this entire time." Taleb says, "What the hell are you talking about? I didn't take it." And You hear Elkin come over. What the bloody hell is going on? He stole my coin purse. I didn't take it. Why do I need your coin purse? This argument continues on, and after that, the next days, these two seem to be the worst of the bunch. There are people who are irritable. There are people who are, you know, poking jabs at each other. People form little cliques, but these two really seem to have it out for each other. At the end of the 2 weeks, you guys all wake up to I'm sorry, it was Cedric. Cedric was the one arguing. You wake up to Taleb yelling, "What the fuck?" And you all are jarred out of your sleep to this. First thing in the morning, you hear, "What the fuck?"
I hop up. Well, what the hell's going on out here?
You hear Cedric's voice come across the way. He's dead.
Who's dead? What?
And at that moment, everybody comes rushing out. And there you see behind one of the carts, Cedric lying face down in the dirt with a dagger in his back. It is a doornail.
Talib, what? Why'd you kill him?
Nicholas looks at you. I
Wait, who's dead?
Is there a
So-
body supposed to be there?
Cedric is dead.
Oh, okay.
And he was the one who was arguing with Talib, right?
He
It
was the
wasn't
one arguing.
Nicholas.
He was the one arguing with Nicholas. Nicholas is
Oh,
right
oh,
here.
oh, oh. Okay.
Talib is the one who found him. Talib is the other one in the cult. Cedric was also part of the cult, but he is now face down in the dirt.
Okay, so Talib and Nicholas were arguing on the way.
Yes, the two cult members were both arguing with Nicholas, and now one of the cult members is dead.
I see. And then I'm going to retract that. That I didn't really say that because I thought it was something else.
Nicholas is the one who was accusing them of stealing his coin purse.
And it's Cedric who's
Cedric is dead. Yes. I
Okay.
misspoke and said it was Talib, but Cedric was dead.
I reached down and you said there's a dagger in his chest?
Dagger in his back, right in the middle
Back?
between the shoulder blades.
Do I see anything amiss? I mean,
For anybody that wants to examine, you can make a medicine check if you'd like.
yes.
yep, it's a dagger in his back.
It's a dagger.
I think the sticking, sharp, pointy thing is what did him in.
Dagger.
This did,
But it appears
As with a 14, You kneel down and look at the dagger. Um, something is a little off. There's no blood around the dagger, which, in your experience, tells you that the dagger was put there after he died.
Nicholas, why did you stab him? What?
He stands there
The
just
coin purse.
dumbfounded. I, I didn't.
Where's your
I
dagger?
didn't.
Show it.
And he searches.
Am I in charge of the?
He, I don't know where it is. It was with me while I was sleeping. I everyone is now looking at Nicholas.
Don't worry, Nicholas. I found your dagger. But I don't think you were the one to put it there.
He looks at you, uh, genuinely relieved. Elkin looks just fucking confused. Elkin, hearing that, just, what do you mean? It's his dagger. It's in his back. Isn't he the one? These two have been going at it for days.
He would be the natural suspect then, wouldn't he? An easy way to move some suspicion, get rid of someone.
Well, yeah, if he did it.
If and buts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas now, wouldn't we?
Cute. Right. Smart guy.
Hmm.
Who did it?
That's to be determined. But I know Nicholas didn't do it. You see, this man was already dead. He was stabbed.
I reached down. I pulled the dagger out.
Stabbed with a weapon that was stolen sometime during the night, I would reckon.
So you're telling me someone here in this camp killed him and they're trying to frame Nicholas?
Exactly what I'm saying. Question is why?
Exactly what he's saying.
Well, fuck my life. All right? Head count. Everybody, sound off.
I'm
And one
here.
by one, everybody sounds off, and everyone is here. Everyone is accounted for. No one is missing.
As soon as he does that, I'll pull out my wand. And I'll cast magic detection on the body and on the dagger Merrick's holding.
Okay. Make an investigation check with advantage, as Merrick is also helping.
A lot of guidance too.
Nicholas is just dumbfounded. He's holding his dagger, just looking at it like,
20.
20. As you move the wand over, the dagger and over the body. There is no magic. No, nothing pings, nothing gets picked up. This was definitively not magic. And as you move the body slightly, the neck gets exposed, and you see that there is a lump sticking out ever so slightly of the neck. As a soldier, you would recognize this immediately. His neck was broken by someone very skilled, someone who has seen combat, someone who knows how to break a neck.
Hmm. Seems like he took a rather long fall. Or someone snapped his neck. And I'll put the sunglasses on. Da-na-na.
As you say this, I'd like everyone to make a insight check, please. And as you're doing that, any make a perception check for each of the dragons, please.
Yeah.
Because I assume that they are close enough at nighttime. He was sleeping.
Mollistar
He
is
was
sleeping.
out like a light.
It's apparently baby's watch.
Yep.
What are we
Oh,
doing for what are we doing for the oh
Is that all you got?
wow.
Umari?
Damn, guys.
what are we
God
rolling
damn.
for the dragons? Sorry.
Perception check. As
Like Amari and I see it at the same time, eh?
yeah, no shit. Okay. So, Merrick, everyone in the camp is uncomfortable. And everyone is giving everyone a side eye. Valisnar gives you a sense of just shrugging shoulders. Um,
He's asleep right now
maybe,
on the other end of the line. He has no.
yeah. Baby, in your mind, Taz, gives you a sense of, or tells you, saw someone small, a small shadow move in the night. Do not see who. I heard a very faint grunt or scream. As Unumari, you scan the crowd, and with that information, Taz, you immediately look to Lascivious and Jamna. The rest of the people here in the camp seem genuinely dumbfounded, like they don't know what the hell is going on. Uh, Jamna seems completely unperturbed by the whole thing. Lascivious
Hmm.
is like just chattering up a storm. take his normal chatterbox personality and amplify it. He is just nonstop talking. Why would anybody do this? Like, this is crazy, man. Why are you guys like going at each other's throats and killing people? Like, it just constant. But he seems genuinely worried to you, Taz and Umari.
Lascivious. Huh.
He kind of stops and like, yeah, what? Like,
Oh no, no, no. I was talking to myself.
okay. He immediately just starts driving. This is fucking crazy, man. Look at this. Look, I've been on a lot of trips, man. This had never happened. Nobody kill each other during the trip. They always kill the monsters, the things that try to kill us. But we're gonna try and kill each other. And you just on and on.
I was like, Taz, like, I can go see what I can find. And I just kind of push through these guys and just start perimetering and looking for any signs of tracks. And I just kind of disappear away from the crowd.
The Sparrow gives you a side eye and is watching you very, very intently. And seeing you look, kind of understands what you're doing, doesn't flag it.
And so, yeah, I perimeter and I just look. That's all. So.
Okay. You can make a perception check if you'd like. And with that information, Taz, Umari.
Whoops, wrong. That would be a 19 if I'd rolled on the right sheet.
19 for you, Merrick.
I think so. Let me double check it. But yeah, probably. 10 is the base. 10, yeah, 19.
I'm gonna make a investigation check around the dead body for footprints
Right.
or shoe size or if there's anything like that. Okay.
For fuck's sake. And the killer is no. You you don't see footprints. You do see that they were intentionally wiped. Whatever tracks were there have been rubbed clean out of the dirt. Whoever did this knows to cover the tracks. However, you do see that this body was placed here. Yeah, there we go. The body was dragged from over here. The trail leads around to the third caravan of the cult. It continues to there.
Okay.
Now that I'm on the far side, can I sneak up and take a peek in this wagon? Can I try? Or is this like under scrutinous eye right now?
So far, no. Umari, are you following
Yeah,
the trail?
I'm gonna let Taz know. I'm gonna say, hey Taz, I think some funny business might be going on over here. You want to I'm gonna go check something out up here by this caravan, and I'm gonna actually start walking you up there. Does anybody? I'm watching, kind of. I'm looking around as I'm walking, and I'm watching out of the side of my eye. Is anybody coming up here to follow me, or are they just like still?
As you start to go towards one of the other caravans, Asbara gets noticeably more uncomfortable and says, "Perhaps I should go with you.
Be my guest.
I am curious myself." And joins you that way. Merrick, you wanted to try to look in this caravan? Um,
Well, if I see that they're up here now, then no.
sure. Yeah. Okay.
I joined them.
Okay.
Did I see any tracks en route while I was out and about, though?
Not that far, like in the perimeter.
Okay.
You see the normal patrolling tracks,
Okay.
but nothing out of the ordinary.
I don't see where anything came and left besides the people on patrol, so to speak.
No.
Can
Okay.
am I able to actually point out the drag marks to Merrick up here? Or are they visible if I point them out?
Oh yeah. Merrick, to your
Okay.
eyes, you see exactly what he's looking at.
All right. All right.
Okay. Um, do I know whose caravan this is?
You've seen the cultists around caravan 1, 2, and 3 like flies on shit. They do not leave these three caravans
That's theirs.
much
Okay.
as possible.
Hmm.
Um, Aspera. He was
Yes.
he was killed right here. Do you see this?
And he looks. So it would seem. As you
Hmm.
look, you do see um the ground is heavily disturbed. You do not see any blood.
Odd that it didn't make a lot of noise. Wake people up. Hmm.
You three seem to have some knowledge of what happened.
Let's call it intuition.
Intuition.
Yeah,
An interesting word choice.
indeed. And then I'm gonna actually walk back to the rest of the crew because I don't like this guy.
You can see you pick up the vibe. He is super suspicious of you and the three of you watching you go through this crime scene, this body. He's watching you guys like with utmost suspicion.
So I'm sorry, one more time. The person who's dead, was he a cultist?
He is, yeah, or was.
Um,
As Murray comes back to the camp, you'll see me kind of interrogating some of the guys. When's the last time that someone saw him alive? Who was it? When was his watch compared to the others?
Um,
Who found him?
Talib pipes up. I found him this morning. I woke up and I couldn't find him and went looking for him, and here he was. Gwen says, it was my first watch. I started the night and he was still alive, I think. Kind of like raising his hand like a school kid.
Very good, soldiers. Thank you.
Hervey on the other one of the other guards, and next to Lasfero says, I don't remember seeing him alive, but I took second. That was, I don't know, the moon was high, so somewhere in the middle of the night, I think he was alive. Nicholas raises his hand. I took first watch, and third watch. Sorry. I had a little bit to drink.
how tall is Lascivious?
Sivius is slightly taller than Jamna. It's a halfling.
Baby, tell me
Nicholas,
how big this person was.
yeah, baby said that it was
Small, but small.
small shadow.
How about you, Lascivious? When's the last time you saw him alive?
Let's see. I think I saw him last night. He was walking around that caravan over there. No, one, and he was like talking to some guy about something, and he didn't seem really happy. But I don't know. He never really does seem happy. So I don't know. Last night,
Talking to someone. I mean,
Some guy? Who was some
there's
guy?
20 of us here. Do you think you could narrow it down for us?
oh sure. Let's see. I think it was not me, and it wasn't. It wasn't him. It wasn't. And he points to Elkin. I think it was either him or him, and he points to Gwen and Nicholas, and the two of them go, I I didn't talk to him.
Hmm. Insight on that guy.
And which one?
Lascivious.
Well, an insight. Another natural 20.
Nah. I think it'll be a 1 now.
He seems to be telling the truth, though you cannot tell if what he is saying is reliable.
He thinks he may have saw them.
He thinks he genuinely believes those are the two people he saw, or one of them. He telling the truth.
Did I on the investigation on the dead body, did it look like, or did I even notice anything like either hands marks or more like a rope or anything or nothing?
You did. Um, you there's bruising on the neck. Um, the bruising is consistent with something small. A small hand.
Small.
Halfling or gnome size.
And who's halfling or gnome size? Lascivious, Jamna.
And Jamna. That's it.
That about it?
Yeah, these are the perps.
Hmm. Either those two wearing rings or anything on their hands that may have left a imprint somewhere when whatever they had to do.
Are they have wings? What do you mean?
Rings.
Oh,
Rings
ring.
or
Um, you see no jewelry on either of them. Lascivious doesn't strike you as the type to wear jewelry. He's more of a nature guy. And Jamna is as nondescript as she can be. She would not wear bling if she could help it.
Hmm.
Vulcan pipes it. Well, we're waiting.
while we figure this out. I believe you should probably bury your friend. We can tell.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, I'd like to, but I'd like to know who did it first.
Start pointing fingers until we know for sure. We'll find them. And I'll look around slowly, almost at everyone, for a second before I move on to the next. But be someone here.
As you scan around, you lock eyes with Lascivious, and your insight so far has been just like you've been on point. Lascivious seems to be genuinely just nonplussed and worried. He doesn't know how this happened, near as you can tell. As you lock eyes with Jamna, there is an expression of non-committal. There's an expression of no concern. And briefly, you, how do I describe this? She gives you a look that says, if you do, you'll have more problems than you want.
I recall when we were all rushing to the scene of the body, at one point, Jamna actually showed up. Or did she just sort of appear
He sort of just appeared.
right before Elkin did the roll call?
Mm-hmm. Just sitting on a stump, watching everything unfold. Hasn't said a word.
And Elkin, I do apologize. These are not my men. To order around, just some habits are hard to break.
So we still don't know who did it.
Not yet.
Well,
Sleep light, I think.
double the guard tonight.
I'll take a shift.
Don't want anyone watching by themselves.
This is the morning, isn't it?
Yeah.
Said
Yeah.
tonight.
Oh yeah.
And every night after, and you hear groans from the other guards. Till we know which one of us.
If
Don't need this shit.
if it was us.
Do you mean if? You're telling me someone snuck in here last night?
Not telling you anything. Possibilities.
Oh, really? Maybe you're the one that did it then. Yeah?
Is there DM added character here? Is there an actual leader of this crew?
Elkin.
Oh, Elkin's the crew. Like of these guards, Elkin's even of these guards. Okay.
These guards were hired as part of the caravan, so technically they are under his command, as is
Okay.
every other person here. He is the person to go to when shit goes wrong. He's the person that was put in charge of getting the caravan to Waterdeep.
All right. Amari's gonna walk up to Elkin and say, Elkin, we have to move forward. Trust me. We'll help you find who did this.
Well, I hope so. I want everyone here helping.
And without him looking, I'm gonna look past him and I'm gonna look at Jamna and then I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy and just lightly glow my eyes when I look at her without anybody else noticing me.
He looks at you and smiles. Just a little grin.
Let's round up the troops. Head out.
I'll help
Don't
with.
tell these people what to do. That's my job. Let's round up the troops and head out. What are you gonna say,
We're
Merrick?
just gonna leave him there. Or should we bury him or put him in a bag in a
Of course
cart?
we're
What
gonna
are we doing,
bury
Jim?
him.
Okay.
Add it to the list of shit while we get going. You three. And he points to the three guards. Harvey, Nicholas, and Gwen. And start digging. Nicholas goes up to you, Taz. Says quietly. Whispers. Please. I know you think I didn't do it, but you have to make sure to clear my name. But I had some drinks last night. Don't remember. I know I know I shouldn't have, but I don't remember. I blacked out.
Hey, you know, you shouldn't have. And that's on you. Let it happen again, especially if you're on duty. You should know that more, soldier. But I'm not going to stand by and let someone get nailed for something they obviously didn't do. You didn't do it. I know this much. I know people, men, I know soldiers. Someone's trying to frame you. And I'm going to find out why.
Thank you. If I can help, let me know. And he kind of hangs his head and just walks away and he just grabs a shovel out of the back and just starts digging. On that note, you all gather your things, start preparing the caravan, putting things together, packing stuff into the carts. At some point, Taz, while you're packing things into a saddlebag on one of the horses, Jamna comes up to you and starts fixing the bridle and doesn't look at you and says, I appreciate you, I appreciate your skill in looking out for who did that. But if you ever find out, maybe keep it to yourself. Some things are better left. Nobody really liked the guy anyway, you know?
I think we both have a pretty good idea of what happened here last night. Wasn't willing to stand by and innocent soldier. All for it. Who knows? Maybe some did sneak into as enemies we didn't know about. There's out in the hills watching us right now. Be careful.
Indeed. We need to be very, very careful. And be careful where we go. You know? Sometimes people just get into things that they're not supposed to and they see too much. But maybe you're right. Maybe someone snuck in here last night.
Possibility. We'll chat later.
On that,
Time will tell.
let's get on the road. And she smiles and kind of walks away. You all pack up and head out.
Can I get a 2 minute break to go grab a beer? Are we going
Absolutely.
still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do 2 minutes and 5 minutes. Let's do 5 minutes. Come back here.
Sounds
Again.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
At the end of the 2.5 weeks, you guys finally come to the trail that you've been on has been traveled quite a bit. And suddenly, as you crest the hill and come down, it becomes noticeably more maintained. You have hit the trade way. This is you would all know the tradeway just from historical understanding of Faerun, that this particular uh, mercantile pathway runs through all of the major cities except down to Waterdeep, or sorry, Baldur's Gate. Um, goes up through Waterdeep, goes up to Thornhold, and you can see on the map how far it goes and runs, all the way up to the great dwarven cities in the mountains. And this is the final leg of the journey. Uh, a welcome sight. Immediately after everything that's happened, spirits are lifted within the caravan. You see soldiers and Lospero and Eldkin and Lascivious. Everybody is happy to see some semblance of civilization again, even though there are no buildings. And your travel picks up for it. You continue along, and for another few days. Give me a minute to adjust the calendar here.
Any time during our travels, this little bit. The incident with Cedric, Jamna approach. I'm curious about what she.
During one of these days of travel, you saddle up to her on your horse as she's kind of laying on top of one of these caravans with her hands behind her head, and you whistle and catch her attention. She kind of looks down at you from the top of the caravan. You two are far enough away from everybody else that you're not too worried about a conversation, but voice is low. Shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, you find what you had lost.
I did. I did find what I lost. I appreciate you asking. Yeah. And I think I found something of yours too. I think I found something of yours, and she flips a coin to you. And you catch it. And you look at it. And every coin in Faerun has markings on it that the mint on the gold marks where the gold coin was made. And this particular coin was made in Greenest.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you should keep better track of your lucky coins. And tell your friends that well, your friend in particular, to keep a better eye out. She seemed to She seemed to see some stuff. I thought I heard someone that night.
Yeah. He's young.
At least I think it's a she. Can't tell.
Young yet.
Hmm. Well, anyway. Almost there. Oh, it's been a long trip. I'll be happy when it's over. And I can I can be happy that I found what I lost and I get to where I'm going. I hope you find what you're looking for at the end of this. And should you need any help, a favor for a favor. I owe you one favor. Small one, don't get greedy, but I feel like I'm feeling generous, you know? Things are a little uneven. Things could have gone very differently.
Absolutely. It's noted and appreciated. Did I require something? I will do my best not to make it too big. Give a
I'm
little.
sure you won't, Mr. Taz, Mr. Investigator.
Mrs. Jamna, enjoy the rest of your day. Take the person right up ahead.
You hear in your head immediately baby's voice. I don't like her. She cannot be trusted. Why do you treat her this way? She should be eaten.
Hmm. Humans are not as transparent as other creatures that walk the land sometimes. Difficult to explain.
Do I know who to trust?
As do I. We can still get along. People we don't trust. Be more careful when you trust them.
I see. Humans are complicated.
I have no idea.
Umari, you hear in your head over the course of this trip a conversation that happens between you and Lofoten. The others agree. Valasnar and baby. We must be careful. If we know that Jamna did it, why do we not kill her?
We have, it seems, similar motives of why we might be here. Does it justify what she did? And between me and you, I would like to kill her. I think that It goes against everything that I believe in to kill innocent people. But we have to let this play out. There's too much danger right now. If we raised an alarm or did something rash, we could all be dead right now. There are other people that we shouldn't trust in this party. So we need to trust our instincts.
Would kill anyone or anything that tried to kill you.
Same with you,
She
my
is
friend.
small.
Don't let that fool you. I have a feeling she has some tricks up her sleeves. And she has powerful friends. She is part of an organization that is not the nicest people in town. The last thing we need is them hunting us down for taking her out.
I know
We'll be
this.
all right.
But you think that if she is dead, the organization she works for would kill us? Why would they care? They
She's
are as
here.
bad as they say.
That's a good point. She's here on a job. If they find out we killed her before she was able to do her job, they'll be coming back.
Merrick, in your head, you hear the voice of Alisnar. This is fun.
I
I'm
think
not
it's
sure
gonna,
who to trust.
and just like a frank statement of absolute fact, he goes, "I trust Taz," and so whatever.
Yes, I trust Taz too, but this is a strange thing. Do
And
humans always do this? Or other creatures? Kill each
yeah,
other?
there's a reason
Suppose
my family and I live in the woods. And he just laughs.
I suppose dragons kill each other for coin too. Find myself liking Gemna. She's very sneaky. Good at what she does. Of course, I dislike her. She is a killer.
Yeah, people are
Playing
weird.
pranks on people is one thing, but outright killing them is too much. Why would she do that? Why would she kill him? That's the thing that bothers me. I don't understand.
I don't either.
Interesting.
I mean, he's in complete agreement with Velocitar as far as he's like, yeah, you're right.
The days go on. Occasionally, little conversations like this between you and your dragons crop up. They ask questions. To your dragons, that whole scenario is foreign and familiar to them. They understand as a dragon, killing for coin. And all of you, Volusnar, Baby, and Lofoten, immediately in your heads, you know they went to Nicholas. They went to, of course he did it. But as you all started to unfold things and they started to see and hear the thoughts in your minds as you picked it apart, they took a back seat and watched and listened from afar. And you get the sense that they learned something from each of you, in that there is a nuance to interactions with humanoids. As you all continue forward in the middle of the day, you hear a familiar hum. You hear a familiar buzz.
Yeah, Merrick crossbow, or not crossbow, longbow is out. I'm trying to figure out a direction, and I'm like, I blow on that whistle that I've got.
Buzz deepens and gets louder.
Hmm.
And the longbow comes out, the swords come out, you hear the weapons being drawn by the caravan. Everyone now recognizes this buzz, but it's not quite as loud as that large beetle that you heard. It sounds more swarm, but very, very loud. And you all see on the horizon several of these purple wasps come at you.
I yell out, everybody under cover, and I start, shushing everybody into wagons.
These large bees keep buzzing towards you. There's
Circle.
maybe 10 of them.
Oh,
What's
10
that?
of them?
Go ahead, Taz.
Circle the wagons. Create
The
a
wagons
perimeter.
circle,
And as
and
soon as the first one's in range, which is God knows how many yards,
standing in the center of this circle, you loose your bow, and the arrow arcs. Go ahead and a uh, roll an attack for me.
ugh,
13. It hits one of them, and they just kind of it hits the abdomen, and they kind of fumble, but they keep buzzing towards you. Is anybody else doing anything? As this small swarm of 10 of these 3-foot bees, purple,
how,
huge, scyther-like arms.
how many attacks can I get in before they get within, touch range?
120 feet.
I would say that they're about 250, 200 feet away.
That's in Merrick's range.
Yeah, because I can hit it a long way.
Immediately, all of the ranged fighters start throwing things that they have as Bara disappears into one of the caravans and hunkers down along with his assistant.
Yeah.
Um, Elkin goes outside of the circled caravans and just kind of plants his feet with his battle axe. Come on, you bastards! And he's like holding his axe like a bat as a couple of them drop from the ranged attacks.
I'm like, these things sting hard. And
Amari will say to himself, "Almighty wizard, huh?" As he sees as far whatever go into the hut, the caravan.
oh, I may do
Oh,
something here.
I will.
Are these things spread out?
They are kind of like in a fanned out line, sporadic, not formation, but
Right.
fanned out and coming at you.
See Merrick go, I'm going to try something. and,
Okay. They're about 150 feet out.
I've got
okay.
okay. What? Hmm. I've got a longbow. I can take a. I'd like to take a shot at it too when Merrick is done.
Yeah, go ahead
What?
and roll an attack.
And I will actually take another attack immediately. I will ping a shot off. And I see Merrick sprout these wings and glowing, and you see him just suddenly take flight straight towards them. And then I veer upwards and back, and I'm trying to like get them to follow me in a line.
Okay. Both of those hit as two of them are struck and still buzzing, but kind of like lopsided. As you are all in the center of the circle and moving out and starting to maneuver yourselves tactically to eliminate this threat. You all hear a bellowing roar. And from over top of a hill to the northeast of you, you see a giant gorilla in armor come barreling down the hill. Oh, and just slam down on one of these things and backhand another. And behind him, you see a small contingent of 5 or 10 ape people, chimpanzees, another gorilla. You see a baboon, all wearing armor, kind of hide armor, and they slam into these creatures. And everyone in the caravan just kind of like dumbstruck, stops firing, looking out, and after a matter of 5 minutes, this contingent of creatures is obliterated. And the first gorilla, the largest of them, stands and kind of walks his way over to Caravan. And he looks at all of you. You all right?
Have I ever heard of this? As a, you know,
You have never heard of this.
I,
Not too far along as this happens and as this passes, you see another 20 or so of these ape people come down the hill, but more finely dressed. Uh, the one that
Umari's
approaches
gonna.
you.
Umari puts his longbow back on his back.
Okay.
yeah, I'm putting my stuff away. It's like, well, thank you. That was going to be messy. Those things are terrible.
But they are.
And I'm just, looking at him. I'm like, I'm Merrick. And I hold my hand out to shake his hand.
I've heard of this. What? Hold on. And he puts us this massive hand-sized hand and gently takes yours and goes, like this, what? You go like this, and up and down, and you shake.
Yes, perfect, my friend, perfect.
It's- That's just, that's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I can show you how
Yeah,
we
show me.
use each
I'd
other.
love to see it.
Okay. And he like slams his arms into your chest. It's not enough to knock you on your ass, but
Oh, I like it, but I can see why we don't do that. That hurt.
and he puts his chest out and me. Come on, big boy.
I pat him like smack. You know, for me hard, but for him he probably doesn't feel it. I'm like, man, that's solid.
Looks down at your pat. We'll work on that. That's fine. Good. Uh, where you headed?
Daggerford.
Headed up to Waterdeep.
I think so. I'm hired to keep it safe.
We, us, going to Waterdeep.
Neat. I hear it's really cool there.
He's kind of looking around. Hey, what's he doing here? And he's looking at a red wizard.
They travel too, I guess.
Right. He kind of looks at you closer, Merrick and Amari. Kind of bumps you with his hand. Keep an eye on that one. I've heard some things.
I give him a really exaggerated wink, like, yep.
And he looks behind him. Oi, Moog! Where are my manners? Name's Bolg.
Omari, Merrick, Taz, and anybody else that is up with us. I just kind of run through the names.
Hello. To meet you all. Well, we're going to be on our way. Look, make note. And you see a baboon walk up, just perfect posture, with a little monocle and a vest, and just carries himself ever so properly. Sorry, a chimpanzee. And he looks at all of you. A pleasure. You'll pardon our king. He is quite boisterous. We must be on our way, sire. If we don't continue, we may be late to the convening. I bid you all a good day.
Keep an eye out for you on the road. Be safe.
Indeed. And this group of 8 people continue north on the tradeway. Elkin yells after them. Where's my kill? And that's where we'll end tonight.